Hi there, Valorant here again, and this time I'm bringing you the third game report from the Summer Kit tournament in Kalmar, Sweden. It's actually round 4, which is the last round of the tournament. I talked to you previously about how the second round game was lost due to bad video. So this is the final round here. We're going to see Jan Joel on the left, flying Boba Fett with push, Dengar crew, glitter stim and engine upgrade, alongside IG-88B with adaptability, glitter stim, auto thrusters, heavy laser cannon and fire control system. And on the right you have Roine, who is flying Omega Leader with Duke and Com Relay, and he's also got the stealth device. He's got Colonel Vessery with TIE 7 and VI, and the Countess Ryad with TIE 7 push, and Twin Ion Engine Mark II. And these guys are 2 and 1 at this point, so they're playing for the top 4 and between top 4 and 8 positions, I believe here. In the top game, I am playing against Magnus, who you saw in the previous video here, and I lost the game. He killed one of my TIE defenders, and I killed the shuttle for him, I believe, which gave him the win on points. So he won the tournament, and I ended up in 3rd place. I played Jan Joel here in the first round and just sneaked out a victory. I had one of my TIE defenders left, I think it was Rexler, and I managed to get his IG-88B down to half points by the end of the game, winning on point. Both of these are pretty good players here. Roine has won a few store championships, and I think he's won regional as well. He's very good anyway. Yeah, I think he won regional, or maybe 2 right now. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but he played at Worlds this last December here, and he finished pretty high, going into the 2nd day at least. Playing robots, which he's famous for in Sweden. He's probably the best Swedish robot player living in Sweden. See what I did there? If you're listening, Jesper Hills of the 186 Squadron, who is probably the best Swedish robot player anywhere in the world because he lives in London. And I would say he's just a slightly bit better player than Roine when it comes to robots. When it comes to Imperial Aces, I don't really know. I haven't played Roine when he played Imperial Aces. I played Jesper when he did, and I won that game, so let's call that a tie. And there are a lot of ties on this side here. There are 2 defenders and 1 FO. And as you can see here, Jan Joel has moved up on the top of the map here, keeping IG in the way of Boba, making sure Boba won't run away, because he wants to keep them together to concentrate fire, because that heavy laser cannon combined with fire from Boba Fett can actually tear into a TIE defender pretty well. Since Jan Joel only has 2 ships here, I think his primary target should be Omega Leader, because whoever Omega Leader target locks is going to be hard pressed doing any damage at all, especially since Omega Leader has stealth device here, since you're more or less running him instead of a Palpatine shuttle here. And depending on what you play, it could be a good call or a bad call. And also depends on how good you are at flying the shuttle, because if you're good at the shuttle, I think Palpatine is the better choice. But if you, like me, prefer the maneuverability and to be able to count on that 3rd ship actually doing a lot of shooting in the game, maybe you don't want Palpatine, even though the Palpatine crew is probably the best one in the game. Close fought with suckers there for 1st place. So I think Jan Joel needs to get Omega Leader off the board as soon as possible here. And of course Roine probably knows this, and he's not going to present Omega Leader as the prime target. Jan Joel keeps bumping with Boba Fett here, making sure he's got range. Probably wants the first exchange at range 3, and then being able to run in and use Boba's ability at range 1. With Dengar rerolls on offense, as well as his own ability to reroll dice, means he could reroll anything all day long, both on offense and defense. Omega Leader moves in, unable to target lock, which is just what Jan Joel wants. And I'm interested to see the way he's using Vessery with I mean Ryan here as the flanker, because if he can bring in Vessery just as the first engagement comes, then he can use the target locks from either Omega Leader, who's not going to spend it, or from Riyadh, who is lower pilot skill. It'll be a nice alpha strike from these Imperials here. And he barrels backwards to keep the distance, because I think he wants to have the first engagement at least range 2 from Omega Leader and Riyadh here, because he's going to have 3 shots. And the heavy laser cannon is... well, it still hits hard, but the IG is not going to use his auto thrusters if it's not range 3. So I think Roine is getting the better engagement here. So just full throttle. If the IG bumps into Riyadh, he can concentrate fire on Boba. And Boba is the easier one to kill here, less agility. Yeah, he wanted to go make sure even a 1 straight bumps, so he barrels forward. And he has focus evade from his ability and the Tide X7. So let's see here. With no advanced sensors, IG can take actions before he moves, so he needs to move 1 straight. I think that will bump. Yeah, it looks like it, because he's still on top of his maneuver template. Yep. So I think this is exactly what Roine wants, because now he's going to have a bank 3 with Vessery and a hard 1 or a bank 2 with Omega Leader. If a bank 2 and a barrel, if that can keep him out of arc of IG, he's going to be extremely happy here, and that might work. And Boba needs to boost here to get around, and that means he's not going to have a shot this turn. So Omega Leader and Vessery might be able to really put some hurt onto IG here. And then of course we have the 3K from Riyadh next turn. And IG needs to either just get out of there or turn around and take a lot of fire. So this is a nice setup from Roine. John Joel did a very good job keeping Boba at the back. But I think... I don't know, maybe you should expect that and do a really quick move with IG. But yeah, and there's the perfect 2 bank, and then followed by a barrel here. Of course, you won't get the target lock for Vessery and yourself. Oh, he's deciding I'm going to do that anyway. I don't care if I get shot by the heavy laser cannon, because I have 4 dice and an extra 1 for the rock there. And how he wants to provide the extra damage from Vessery. Maybe Vessery's out of range. Nah, I think it's just range 3. Or he decided to target lock just to make sure he knew if he had range. So yeah, I guess that's the best way, because now he can barrel into range. So he would have lost some action economy, but because he would have taken the target lock that he would have been granted for free otherwise. But yeah, this is probably the best choice, because now he will for certain be in range. So we're going to start with Vessery, who has, well, he's got the same pilot skill as Omega Leader, but he wants to shoot first anyway. Using the target lock for, okay, 3 to hit in a crit, I believe. And IG, auto thrusters. So this is okay. So still not the end of the world here. Let's see. Ooh, 2 damage if they both go through here because of Duke. Yeah. Looks like he had enough because it took no damage. Oh yeah, okay, here's taking the shields off. So yeah, so both of them went through because Duke and no auto thrusters and nothing you can do. When Omega Leader has you locked down. That means IG should be shooting at Omega Leader for unmodified dice versus 5 green and an evade token. So a lucky roll, but it looks like 3 maybe, and there's plenty of evades. Didn't even need to spend his the one he has in his com relay. So okay, it's a good start for Roine, but it wasn't terrible. So now we have the second attack here due to the gunner ability of IGB. And this time that means he has to spend the evade at least. Ow! He took a damage. Lost a stealth device. This, well, if you're Jen Joel here, I think you're pretty happy with how that turned out. That was a good work from IG there. Because losing that stealth will make Omega Leader a little bit careful here. Especially if Boba will get into range one of him. Because you don't want to spend your action moving your target lock, because you want to take the evade again here. So there's a 3k from Riyadh, I'm assuming. So, well, Rooney got the perfect setup, and still only did one more damage. So Janjol should be happy here with that. The question is, can he get IG out of this spot? Because if he can't, it's still going to be in Rooney's favor. So there is the... or you can decide, I'm just going to stay here and just try to do some damage with my heavy laser cannon. The thing is, did he forget his fire control system? Or because he did shoot at the Omega Leader with the target lock. Well, the thing is, okay, the Omega Leader has some target lock, so it really doesn't matter. That's a nice move. Fitting in perfectly, and that means next time if you want to stay put there with IG, you can, by just running straight into Bubba. And unless Omega Leader is doing a really fast move, he might have him in a nice kill box there from both Boba Fett and IG. But I'm thinking Roine is too smart to fall for that, so he's probably running really fast with Omega Leader here. So Boba takes the evade action, and then he's got push the limit, so he can also use that one, so he gets focus as well, yep. So let's see here. Should be a 4 straight. Oh no, he did exactly what John Joel hoped he would, but he could still barrel out of arc of IG, which I think he's gonna do. He's got 4 hit points left, because... no, he got 3 hit points left, he lost his shield. But he's got the evade, yes. Ooh, okay. He takes the evade instead of barrel rolling. Brave. But still, you know, he's only 29 points. So if he can do some damage and lose the Omega Leader, he's still going to be ahead on points. And if he has 2 defenders versus any one of the opponent's ships, he's still in the lead here. So that's going to be Glitter Stim spent on IG. And that means he's going to be double stressed, but why not? Because he's going to be taking a lot of fire here. So Vessery first, the range, I don't know, 2 I believe. Using the target lock and focus for 3. And looks to be a lot of symbols and Glitter Stim. So nicely evaded, well done IG, he's really pulling his weight here. And then we have Omega Leader, I guess. So nothing, taking 1 more shield, that's Omega Leader's, he's like blinking away because the opponent's green dice are just not doing anything when they're target locked. Now IG and Boba are going to shoot. Why didn't Boba Fett shoot before? Oh, he's an 8 as well, so he's going to have the same pilot skill. So yeah, so it's going to be Boba Fett first. Range 1 into Omega Leader, and he can modify dice. Looks like 2. He's thinking about spending the focus maybe. Yep. And blanks. They both 3 hits. And he had an evade token, so I don't get it, but maybe he took more damage last turn. So that's a dead Omega Leader. So if Riyadh can do some damage now, it's gonna be nice for Roina. If not, maybe Jan Joel is gonna be on top here. So he's thinking about the target for IG. He's gonna shoot Riyadh, I believe. Yeah, heavily the cannon doesn't care about range 3. And hopefully he can strip some tokens and then shoot again. Looks like you're gonna take 1 shield to avoid the gunner shot. Slowly chipping away at those defenders. And now Riyadh back. And yeah, there's the target lock. Okay, now he decides to do it because he gets no point of taking it on Omega Leader anyway, as you can't really use it. So Riyadh is going to shoot back at IG, I guess. But that's going to be range 3 with auto thrusters and glitter stem. We'll see. Well, 3 hits. And it looks like 2 green, so I guess it's Boba Fett who's going to have to spend his evade. And he's going to still lose 2 shields. So, bad green dice there. Sorry, for Janjol. But still, taking Omega Leader out, and still has shields on both of his big ships. Three shields left on Vessery, he's untouched, and 2 on Riyadh. Makes this still a very even game here. Janjol is in the lead currently. But if any one of those ships goes down, one of the big ones, it's going to switch around to being in Rainer's favor. So Janjol is indeed doing a 1 straight, clearing 1 of the stress tokens and just running into Boba Fett. So it's going to exchange fire, probably at range 1, which is bad for IG because then you don't have the gunner effect. However, Boba's rear arc is going to help here because he can concentrate fire on Riyadh. And here, having initiative seems good because now you've blocked movement from Vessery, who, well, doesn't matter because he's going to run straight into Boba and he's still going to get his target lock from his ability and an evade token in case IG decides to shoot at him. So concentrating fire on IG, and then Janjol is going to concentrate fire on Riyadh. So yeah, we'll see who has the hotter dice here. I think is going to decide this round of shooting. So we have IG first. Just 2. And looks like 1 evade and 1 focus. So he's going to spend everything because this is, yeah, which range is this? If it's range 2, you want to take a damage, and it looks like it is. So he is taking 1 shield, which is the better choice here. You don't want to trigger gunner effects and be tokenless. Oh, 2 hits and a crit, I believe, from Vessery, not even having to use his target lock, or the other way around. No, who shot first? Yeah, it was Vessery right now. So 1 shield down, which means the crit goes through. Can't really say what it does, but that means IG is now down to half points. He's still worth less than Omega Leader, so Janjol is still ahead here. But if IG dies, Rainer will be in the lead. And Janjol's dice are just not helping him here. Shooting again. Oh, this is IG, of course, the other one, because he's got the... Or no, this is Boba Fett. I don't know. Yeah, it was Dengar rerolls, of course. I'm trying to show it, and it doesn't help because it's all shiny. So that's 2 hit point left on Riyadh. And then again, 3 unmodified hits, and Janjol is like, come on, man, give me a break. And, well, yes, because his attack dice have been, like, okay. And his green dice here are not helping him out. So that's 3 hits into, oh, 2 hit and a crit as well. Or a hit and a crit, and of course it's one of those things that goes boom extra, major explosion, I believe. So he is down to his last hit point. And he does have some kind of crit, which I don't know where it is. But we'll see if we can figure it out if it's needed. But now Riyadh is down to 1 hit point, no 2 hit points, so Boba might be able to finish her off and take back the lead if IG dies. So this is, I guess, you can't K-turn, maybe a 5K will make it, so yes it does, so that's a good move. It's a brave move, because if you don't, you just bump into IG, and then you might have to face the rear end of Boba again, but that was a good move. I guess Boba is banking to the right. So you will still get the rear end shot. And he is rolling for a crit, which appears to stay there. We still get the evade, and this is a 3 straight, clearing stress, so IG can just boost to get out of there. But this is not IGC here, so if you boost you don't get any defensive tokens at all. So he decides to... Okay, those are the crit tokens. And he's going to fix his crit, which looks like he did. Let's just imagine it was the reduce your agility with 1. Or maybe he didn't. We'll see. Boba is doing something here. Yeah, he is banking 1 to the right. And let's see if it fits. Looks pretty okay, yeah. It looks like it was the best move. So he will have a shot at Riyadh trying to take her out, but it's going to be a long range. And she does have the evade. And then we're going to have a 4K from Vessery, which means he can barrel roll to get a range 1 shot if he doesn't already have it, because if he does, he just takes the focus and we'll have 4 dice target lock focus into the end of IG, and that's going to be the end of the robot, I guess. Well, robot just here because there's only 1 of them. So yeah, it looks like he has arc already, so just focus evade. And it looks like range 1, so yeah. So let's start with Boba Fett then. Range 3 on Riyadh, trying here. If he can kill her, it'll be really good. Because then the game will still be pretty even. Because I can't see IG surviving this. Dengar reroll into 3. And 1 and 2. And oh, just 1. Oh, Roine probably thanking a lucky star there. Keeping her alive. Because this means, yeah, there's no way IG can survive 2 shots. Probably not just the first one. We'll see. So spending the target lock from the ability. Ooh, only 2. This might work. No, because there's no focus, is there? Because of Juke. Or actually, it looks like he did. Let's assume there's a focus token there somewhere then. I don't get it, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so Riyadh's target lock. This is range 3, so there should be auto thrusters. And I didn't really see what that was, but yeah, IG died. So that was lucky for Roine, that because Riyadh might have been dead here from the Boba shot. And then let's just say IG dying was expected. So the question is, if Boba can kill Riyadh and not go under half points, that's his win condition here. She's banking away. Yeah, she wants to make sure she's not in Boba's arc here. And so she's going to take the target lock on Boba to provide the lock for Vessery while Vessery chases Boba here. She's going to try to fix her crit first. Maybe she has the no action crit. Yeah, and it looks like it didn't work. So she won't give the target lock Vessery needs here. And Boba is just smooching along. 1 bank out of range from Riyadh. Which of course is not what he wants, because that's his way to victory. Kill Riyadh without losing his 2, let's see, he is 6 and 4. 6 hit points, 4 shields, so he needs to lose both shields and 1 hit point to go under half. And Vessery is just gonna go hammer Boba here from behind. Because they're more or less equally powerful, but there's 1 more token for Vessery, and he has 1 more green die, so in a straight out fight here, Vessery is going to win this every time almost. Of course, dice happens, but... So let's see, we can start with the shooting then. So, Jan Joel has initiative, so Boba Fett's going to shoot first. Range 2, I guess. Yup. And... looks like 2. Easily evaded. And the return fire then with a focus token for 2. And using 1 token, losing 1 shield. So if this just keeps going on here, Ryan is going to win. Because this is more or less what will happen. Boba Fett can't outfly Vessery. And if Riyadh gets back into the fight just to get the target lock provided and then not die, Ryan is going to hammer Boba Fett down slowly. But for some reason that crit just won't go away. And here is a 3 bank. Nice move there, or maybe not. Oh, unlucky. It was a brave move, but it just clipped the rock. And I think that was an eye, so no damage. Then we have Vessery. Oh, banking. Okay, looks like he picked up on that move. And what are you going to do here? Well, I guess you just... Okay, he decides to target lock instead. There is no incoming shot, and if he gets a good roll, he could keep it for next turn. Or if he gets a really crappy roll, he's just not going to care this turn and keep it for next turn. And, well, looks like he's going to spend it for 2. And I have no idea. Let's see what it takes. 1 shield and 1 hull. So now, oh, it's a crit. So, looks like a major explosion, which did not go off. So Boba Fett is now at half points, which means he needs to kill both of the defenders to win, which I don't see happening. Countess keeps going, and looks like she finally managed to flip that crit. And since he didn't take any actions, I'm going to assume it was the whatever it's called that makes you unable to do actions. And hard 2 from Boba. Will this be matched by a bank from Vessery? If Ryan is predicting this, at 1 bank to the left. And indeed it is. Well played. And now you can barrel to avoid the rock and still be out of arc. Or you can just ignore the rock and just, okay, I'm going to run over it. I'm a defender, I don't care. Yeah, there's no, I don't think a barrel should bring him in arc, should it? No. You could barrel backwards if you're really scared, but if you barrel forward, you might get into range 1. So that'll be 4 dice. Yeah, looks like that's what he's doing. So he should have kept his target lock from last turn instead of, well, he did do 2 damage, so maybe not. But yeah, this is Boba Fett's weakness here. His side arcs are easily exposed when you're on the inside and he's on the outside, and nothing. But he's gonna, you got Boba Fett rerolls. If it's range 1, you could reroll 1 of them because you're at range 1 of him. Yeah, they figured it out good, but it didn't help. So those white dice are not providing any help here. So Boba Fett now has 2 hull damage, so 4 hit points left. And there's a K-turn from Riyadh, just happy to stay away. I'll let Vessery do all the work here, so let's see if Boba Fett can bump Vessery, but I think Vessery is going to do a K-turn. I mean, even if you bump, it's not the end of the world, it's just going to be a new round. And if Riyadh wants to stay away from Boba Fett here, she can do that for a long time. Yep, here's the K-turn. Oops. So, yeah, it was in the center of the dish there, so which one we will soon see. It's, when I'm recording this, it's like 6 days, 7 days until Rogue One goes up, so we'll see that thing inserted in the movie. Getting the free evade, and he's going to take the focus, and we're going to fire away. So this is, yeah, okay, clear stem for Boba Fett. Trying to do some damage. Ooh, looks like just range 2. Let's see how many dice they decide to throw. See if they can. Yeah, this is John Joel's very specific range rules he has. So he can roll them in between or not. That looked like it bounced off. It says might be range 1, which is good for Boba Fett. And we'll see if he decides to go for 4 3 dice. Only 3 it looks like. So a lot of hits. And 1 2, spending both tokens to be safe. I mean, that's really strong for a defender. If you get just 1 blank, you're home free. And he's gonna spend the evade token, and he used Clear Steam for no reason whatsoever because there were no eyes on those dice. And that means we're back tiles. And Vessery is... Did he take 1 damage? I think he's 1 shield down. Well, okay, Riyadh is coming in here because I think he suspects Boba Fett will not be able to turn around to get an arc on her. Let's see if John Joel has anticipated this, or... No, he's just doing a 1 straight. And a 1 boost to the left here is not going to give him arc on Riyadh there. So that's a nice move by Rhina, bringing her in here. So if you boost, will you get an arc of the Countess? I don't think so. He's going to use push the limit here probably. That's why he keeps the stress there. He's thinking, but I mean, Vessery is going to do a 3 bank or a 3 hard to the right. Yeah, he's going to boost, try to get out of arc of the Countess, and he might make it. No, it's going to be close. And then he's going to do the evade action, looks like. And here is a 3 straight. Rhino setting up for next turn instead. Or he might barrel roll, but I think not. No, he's barrel rolling the other way. Ooh, he might not fit. There might be clipping the rock, which is funny because that's the rock they moved before, so that we have no idea if that's correct or not. But that's how they played it. And it's out of arc, or out of range. And out of arc, I believe. Which means they should be back to dials, yeah. So let's see if the 2 defenders can come together here and do some damage, because I think Boba is going to have a hard time getting arc on either one of them. And Ryan is K-turning Riyadh. And target locks for the future here, especially for her friend Vessery. And then she barrels away to make sure she gets distance from from Boba Fett, so she can 3 bank or 3 hard next turn maybe. And Boba is he doesn't have that maneuver, so no, it's a 1 bank. So he decides to look like an evade. Then we have Vessery here, who is, I assume he's going to do a 3 bank to the right to get a shot at Boba Fett here, no matter where he went. There's only 1 token on Boba there because he didn't want to stress himself, because he wants to do a hard move, hard turn next turn. And he is at 4 hit points left on Boba there, so if he can squeeze 1 or 2 in now, and then concentrate fire next turn on Boba with both of his ships, he might, well, he should be able to take Boba Fett off the table here. So that's going to be range 3 with a focus and a target lock. He gets the target lock since Riyadh has one. Let's see if he can get, looks like 1, using the target lock for 2 more, or maybe a crit as well. And he probably only took 1. Let's see here. Yeah, 1. So there are 3 hit points left on Boba Fett. And then we have the next turn here, and Riyadh is doing a 3 bank. 3 hard maybe. It looks like a hard. turn if you look at the dial there. And when you see the maneuver, you're sure it's a 3 hard. Okay, I guess, well, you do want the target lock here, but no, you already have it. Do a barrel roll to get shots. But then if Boba hard turns and boosts, he might have a range 1 shot. Well, he might do that anyway. Hard 2 and a boost from Boba will... okay, he just decides to focus. That means the hard turns are open next turn for Riyadh. Or you maybe want a K turn there. And it's indeed a hard turn. It's a hard turn 3. And this is going to be followed by a boost, yeah. If it was a barrel roll before from Riyadh, he would already be in arc. And now he needs to use 1 action to boost. And he fits just between those rocks. Nicely done. And let's see what kind of action he takes here. He probably pushed the limit for both, right? Yeah. A boost and a focus, it looks like. And then it's a 2 or a 3 straight. And it won't work, so he's going to move him. He's going to bump. Well, he might be able to fit between... No, he won't. So he's going to have to be behind Riyadh there. Resulting in a range 1 shot from Vessery with the target lock from Riyadh if she's alive. So if Boba can take Riyadh off first, then Vessery's 4 dice are going to be unmodified. And then Boba might live. Let's see. Boba's attack is going to do the Dengar or whatever reroll you call here from his ability. And it didn't help. So it looks like 3 hits after he spent the focus. And Riyadh gets just enough to stay alive. 3, 1 focus, 1 evade, and then he spent his token as well. So that means Vessery's shot is now going to be target locked. So he gets 1 hit, spending the lock for 2. And nothing. Reroll from Boba's ability. And maybe 2, or... Yeah, he looks like he got just what... No, he did not. So here he takes damage. So he's down with 1 hit point left on Boba Fett. They were both eyes, and he did not have any eyes because he spent it on offense. So here's the K turn from Riyadh, because now, well, if Boba's doing a 2 bank there, she won't have range, I think. So she's out of the fight for this turn, but her main thing here is she's providing the target lock for Vessery. And Boba is... Yeah, it looks like a 2 bank, yeah. And as he is double stressed for some reason, maybe one of those hits were a crit that gave him stress. That means there's going to be a K turn from Vessery here. It means he's going to be running over the rock, but he will still get the evade, and he will still get the target lock from Riyadh there. No range that way, and no damage from the rock. Free evade. Boba Fett's going to shoot. Might be obstructed. The question is then, can Vessery push that last damage through? So he's going to reroll with Dengar, and just 1, and that's evaded with the token. And now, let's see if we can kill Boba Fett here. And 3 natural hits, which is not enough from Jan Joel's dice. So it's a good game, guys. Well played. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed these games from the Summer Kit Tournament in Kalmar, Sweden. Hopefully I have some more battle reports coming soon as we're getting into the regional season here. And hope you stay tuned for whenever those show up here. So have a good one.